The large variety of geodynamic settings and consequent ongoing geological processes are not limited to sub-aerial Italy. Italian seas cover twice as much area compared to land above water. The geology and the respective quaternary processes shaping the seafloor are studied on board oceanographic vessels through remote sensing systems that use seismic and sonar equipment. The geology and the respective quaternary processes shaping the seafloor are studied on board oceanographic vessels through remote sensing systems that use seismic and sonar equipment, video footage and direct sampling. The studies are conducted by a large community of researchers from the National Research Council, several universities and the OGS Institute. The submarine landscape is very varied. For instance, the Adriatic Four Deep, that forms a huge and almost flat plain, was emerged during glacial low stands, which allowed for an east-west migration of early humans and other fauna, with fast marine transgression during the glacial-interglacial transitions. Another submarine landscape was the very deep and tectonically deformed Ionian Sea, where the accretionary prism is characterized by very high sedimentation rates that cause countless landslides, gravity flows and fluid escape features. A different submarine landscape was the intracontinental rift in the Sicily Channel with grabens and small quaternary volcanoes. And lately, another submarine landscape was the Tyrrhenian Sea back arc basin, which is still rifting. High tectonic deformation, seismicity and sedimentation rates characterize northern and western Sicily and the Calabrian Arc. This is where the most recent destructive earthquake and tsunami occurred in the Messina Strait in 1908. The Tyrrhenian Sea's margins have deep submarine canyons where frequent turbidite flows occur. This phenomenon has been witnessed by historical cable breaks, and the flow settles in the intraslope basin, which hosts up to several kilometers of quaternary deposit and which is in the bathyal plain. The bathyal plain is made up of large volcanic islands and seamounts, each with very different characteristics, despite the fact that they lie close to each other. The Aeolian Arc includes acidic magmas which are tied to the ongoing Ionian subduction system, which is advancing under the Tyrrhenian Sea. This subduction area is located close to the Marsili and Vavilov volcanoes, both of which are characterized by basaltic theolitic lavas due to the opening of the back arc basin. An absence of a coastal plain and mountain ranges along the coast imply that local towns are often crowded close to the coast due to lack of space. Consequently, such active quaternary geology involves significant risk to local populations. Many seismogenetic zones are located out at sea, especially in southern Italy, where tsunamis historically occurred in the Adriatic, Ionian and Tyrrhenian seas. This was due to earthquakes and submarine landslides, such as the last one, which occurred in 2002 during the Stromboli eruption in the Aeolian archipelago. The waves reached up to a height of 10 meters. Tuscany's archipelago presents an example of a geohazard due to a minor ongoing geological process that has important implications for the highly touristic coasts in this area. A geologically calm area, the northern Tyrrhenian Sea along the Tuscan coast, is characterized by widespread emissions of methane, which has been reported since the 60s. In 2017, when a fishing boat was working in the area, a 10-meter-high jet of black water rose up close to the boat. Further research conducted by the Civil Protection Department, the Navy Hydrographic Service, the National Council of Researchers and the Sapienza University of Rome found that there were several mud volcanoes located at shallow depths, the morphology of which confirmed that there had been repeated mud flows. These mud flows contributed to building the volcano that erupted in 2017, the summit of which is only 7 meters below sea level. The definition of the magnitude and frequency of the eruptions of this and other mud volcanoes is of primary relevance to assess potential hazards in the area, where not only fishing activities occur, but also many tourist yachts navigate to reach Sardinia.